Live from North Carolina and Ontario, Canada, it's Got Mead Live, show where you can meet all sorts of people that impact mead making, including beekeepers, honey specialists, and people who turned a hobby into a business. It's always a party here at Got Mead Live with your host, me, Vicki Rowe, owner of GotMead.com, and AJ Ermans, longtime mead maker, winemaker, beer brewer, and the girl just makes everything an all-around bad example. She's also keeper of the Toothless Rabbit. Tonight we have with us White Winter Winery, Jon Hamilton, and his lovely wife, Kim, our co-owners. Jon will be on with us tonight. And we are also launching a new segment tonight. AJ is going to be chairing this new segment, and it's basically going to be making good mead back to basics. And this is not necessarily a show for beginning mead makers, though it is. It's more of a show where you can go back and really take a look at what are you doing? Is it all working? What can you change and improve? And, you know, just kind of mead from the ground up. So AJ's going to be talking about that. She's been working on that stuff, on the stuff for that for a little while, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight because we've got Manny Algaresta with us, who's Manny on the forums, and also Ryan Carlson, Squatchy on the forums, and they're going to be joining us during that segment so that we can get some real conversation going. So feel free to call in. Our call-in line is 803-443-6323. That's 803-443-6323. So, join us in the conversation. If you've got questions about mead making or just want to chat, that's great. We'd love to hear from you. So, listen, for the show, you can listen live on the GotMead website. So if you go to GotMead.com and click on GotMead Live, that'll take you to the main page. There is a player there that will play live when we're live and play our most recent show when we're not. If you're mobile, you can listen to the recording on iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn, and a couple of other places that escape me at the moment. And, of course, we broadcast via Spreaker at Spreaker.com. Just search Got Mead. So take us with you. You can download, obviously, if you have an iPhone, you've already got iTunes, but you can also download apps for SoundCloud or TuneIn to your Android and iOS devices to take us with you. Replays are going to be available on GotMead, Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, all those places. Facebook, you can find us at Facebook/GotMead, and there's also a GotMead group. Also on Twitter at GotMeadNow. If you can't call and want to participate, feel free to tweet us at GotMeadNow. And so you want to make mead, which is the basically mead from the ground up, is kind of taking, for the moment, the place of Ask Oscar. Oscar is got a lot of real-life things happening, so he's really busy and can't be joining us a lot. He'll be coming in from time to time. So AJ is taking over that part of the show, and I got to finish updating all the links on the site. But in the meantime, just go to the Ask Oscar page and send us any questions you might have, and I'll see that AJ gets them. If you like what you're hearing, support Got Mead. Become a supporting patron member. It's only $25 a year, and you get access to so much more, mainly on the forums on Got Mead. So you're going to get access to advanced mead making discussions, award-winning recipes, and patron-only access to some seriously excellent mead makers. So go to gotmead.com/forum and click on the patron link and join us in the patron area. We'd love to have you there. So, what are we drinking anyway?
I finally came up with something to drink tonight. I got my raspberry wine. Yes, it's always a mad scramble on Tuesdays.
I know. Yeah, same here. It's like I was at quarter to us getting on to do our pre-show stuff, and suddenly realized I'd forgotten to eat. My husband's like, "Aren't you going to eat something?" I was like, "Yeah, I suppose I probably should."
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, that. So I am drinking the last half of my bottle of St. Ambrose Meadery Razzmatazz Raspberry Mel, so apparently great minds think alike.
It's a raspberry day.
It's a raspberry day, yeah. So shout out to St. Ambrose Meadery, which is only about 30 miles from where I grew up in the Benzie area of Michigan. And dudes, I will totally be stopping in to see you when I come home this summer. So, all Our guest tonight, as I said, is White Winter Winery, and we're going to be getting them on here in just a few minutes. Gosh, I'm like moving through shit further and faster than I usually do. We're ahead of ourselves. Oh my God, I'm not sure what to do about that.
Well, we didn't start late, so you know.
I know, right? Okay, so I've got some just some stuff for you guys on White Winter. We're going to do their backstory here in a second, but here's what they have to say for their little mead commercial. Drink deep and live wise has many connotations. For White Winter, it's about the unique flavors of our region, the richness and diversity, the history and story of mead, the oldest fermented beverage in the world. We share what we love as we connect with friends and family, laugh and have fun. Go ahead. Drink deep, live wise with White Winter Winery, crafting award-winning meads for 20 years in Iron River, Wisconsin. And that's www.whitewinter.com. So go check them out, guys. I can attest personally to the fact they make amazing mead. So backstory. Jon and Kim Hamilton founded White Winter Winery in 1996, which coincidentally was about the time I started GotMead. As a way to add value to Jon's small beekeeping operation, and they specialized in mead from the get-go. And I've since added cider and now spirits. I actually got to try their spirits at the Mazer Cup last year, and
Ooh.
oh my God, like, holy crap! You know, I was just like, he handed me a bottle, and I was just like, oh, this is so great. It was pretty amazing. One of the very first meads I ever had, actually, was a White Winter. It was their blueberry. They got a blueberry mellows to die for. Huh. And I kid you not, AJ, this thing tastes like if you bottled Summer Sky. It's so good. Oh, my God. You know, it's like laying in the grass on your back in a field of daisies, kind of like that. You know, I mean, it's just so good. Yeah,
now you're making me think of Ray Bradbury's Dandelion Wine.
Oh, I know, right? That was the first time I made dandelion wine, was after reading that story. So, anyway, Jon's won over 70 awards in international competitions, and his meads and cider have been used as reference standards at the American Homebrew Association Beer Judge Cert Program.
Nice.
Style guidelines for beer, mead, and cider. Yeah, talk much, Vic? Jon's past president of their local honey producers association, and he likes assisting startup beekeepers. He's also actively involved in Wisconsin Winery Association as a past board member, vice president, and president. And there's a whole lot of other things. I'll have to tell you the story sometime of their bottle of blueberry mead. The first time my mother-in-law came for dinner on a Thanksgiving, and how that blueberry mead basically helped me survive the day.
By you having it, or by sharing it with your mother-in-law?
By me having all of it.
Okay.
While I was cooking the turkey.
Right.
Yeah.
A little for you, a little for the turkey. I know how that goes.
Well, actually, none of it went to the turkey. It was a Thompson. Okay, I can tell you the story. It's because it's just stupid. Okay, so we decided to make, God knows why, a Thompson turkey. Do you know the Thompson turkey recipe?
No.
Okay. Well, basically, it's like a baste the turkey like every 2 seconds. And there's this complex rub that you put on the turkey, and then you have to baste the turkey with a concoction made out of apple cider and several other things. It's a real time-intensive turkey. I mean, you're basically hovering over the thing the entire time it's cooking. So, and when it's finished cooking, the entire turkey turns black as pitch. I mean, it looks like you burnt the turkey to death. It's just...
Well, yeah, because you've been covering it with sugar, right? So it's caramelized?
Exactly, yeah. So you don't get to eat any of the skin on this turkey. That's the first thing you get rid of. But anyway, so it sounded so amazing. And then the stuffing had apples and sage and all this cool stuff in it. And the whole thing just sounded stunningly great. Mother-in-law's coming down to visit and stay with us for Thanksgiving. First and only chance I ever got to cook dinner for my mother-in-law, and at least a holiday dinner anyway. And so I want it to be just exactly right, you know. Never done. So, of course, we choose a recipe we've never made before because that makes perfect sense.
Right.
Yeah. And I had a bottle of White Winter Blueberry that I got my hands on somewhere. I don't even remember how I got my hands on it now. But I had this bottle. And so the recipe is written out. It's kind of like reading JAO. You know how he's got all those personal things where he's like, don't even think about it. All right, this one is like, so baste the turkey. Now pour another drink.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and they were doing it with like martinis, I mean, you'd be like flat on your face at the end of this recipe because you're basting this turkey literally like every 10 minutes. There's a timer. So I sat on a bar chair in the kitchen with a book for 4.5 hours basting this dang turkey as it turned blacker and blacker and blacker. And John's coming in and we're looking at each other and we're looking in the oven going, oh God. Is it supposed? Because it didn't say anything in the recipe about and it's going to turn black. It just said keep basting the turkey, So we're thinking, oh my God, we're ruining it, but we got to keep going because there's nothing else we can do. The turkey's in the oven. There's not another turkey. We don't have time, And so Vicky's drinking and drinking and drinking. Vicky went through an entire bottle of blueberry mead, and by the time the turkey was ready to come out of the oven, Vicky was feeling pretty good.
I bet.
Yeah, Vicky was really not caring much about anything except pretty good. We're good. It's all good, And so John pulls the turkey out and he looks at me and he's like, dude, I think we burnt it. And I'm like, it's all good, man. We'll be fine. As I wave my glass in the air, drink up the last of this stuff, And he's like, are you drunk? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And he's like, oh God, this is going to be a disaster, So the turkey's in one of those big throwaway aluminum pans that you use to cook turkeys in, right? So he pulls the big throwaway aluminum pan, puts it on the stove, gets out his big forks, to lift it over onto the cutting board so he can cut so he can carve the turkey before we take it to the table. And Mother's in the living room playing with the dogs and everything. So we're whispering to each other. Well, him whispering and me kind of drunkenly talking, kind of under breath, but. So we're whispering.
Drunkenly thinking you're whispering, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. That drunken think you're whispering, exactly like that. And he's going, what are we going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. He's going to eat turkey, He's like,
we're going to eat it.
He's like, dude, look at this turkey. It's like burnt to a crisp. And I'm like, no, it'll be fine, really. She can eat stuffing. Or bean casserole or something.
Well, it can't be burnt if you basted it every 10 minutes.
Right, I know. And so he goes to lift it out of the pan and put it on the cutting board. And one of the things he did was he grabbed the leg bone and then stuck the fork in the other end. And I kid you not, the leg bone went slurp and came out like clean as a whistle. I mean, not a shred of meat sticking to it. This thing was so tender, it literally fell apart when he set it on the counter. And it was the tenderest, meatiest, most moist and tasty turkey we've ever eaten in our entire lives. And I've only ever made the Thompson turkey once since then because it's so intensive time-wise, But if you've never, okay, guys, if you don't like turkey because it's too dry, Thompson turkey recipe. Look it up.
I've already got it.
Yeah.
I've got a note to look that up later.
Yeah. I'll try to pull the link and try to remember to put it on the webpage so you can get it. But it makes it. You might want to drink mead because it'll scare the crap out of you while it's cooking. But God, is it good? So that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get John in here, and we are gonna talk turkey about mead. So, haha. Yeah, I know everybody out there is going, seriously, Vicky, did you just do that?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. I really did.
It's her show. She's allowed.
See what I did there? Yeah. All right. Hang on, we'll have him here in just a second. Please, John, answer the phone.
Hello, this is the Fit Calling Guarantee Home. Please leave us a message.
Apparently, I called the wrong number.
Well, good thing they didn't answer.
Yeah, right? Okay, so we'll take that one out of the group. All right, so let's try that again. 715-774-3581. That's the right number. So AJ, talk while I figure this out. Find something to talk about quick.
Right, like don't put me on the spot or anything.
I know, sorry.
Right. Actually, I was thinking of trying the Thompson turkey thing with the chicken because, it doesn't take 4 hours to do, but we'll see what actually happens. Because that sounds like a really neat idea, and I can see why it would end up turning black because you'd caramelize it.
Yeah.
But essentially, you're like slow cooking it.
Yeah, it was, and it turned progressively darker and darker and darker. I mean, literally, it was like black